to be the worst president ever. I voted for the dude, no doubt, but I'm entitled to have a fuck up. Shit, I fucked up when I voted for Biden. I said before Joe Biden was elected, I said that I was done with voting. Because when Obama spent 8 years of nothing, we not even talking about Obama. We talking about the current president. We gonna go down the list of bad presidents, but we talking about the current awful president, the current spineless president. I say spineless, spineless. If you that made me say, you know what, I'm gonna give this dude my vote. There was a time where I was like, fuck Trump. It's so funny. I had a Kia Sorrento, and it's a true story. My Kia Sorrento and Instagram know this shit if they keep everything archived and shit. I had fuck Trump on the back of my Kia Sorrento. That was when he first ran. I was like, fuck this cocksucker. He played that race role, that race card so well, whether he races or not, that it offended me so much. I was like, fuck this fucking toupee wearing ass cracker. That was my vibe. But then, what's up, NBA boy? I'm going off tonight, my little boy, my dog, my warden, my brother, my brethren. So with that said, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck Trump, the first little inauguration, whatever. So I was, mind you, I did not want to vote for Joe Biden because I already hadn't heard about the 93 crime bill, and I had heard about all the racist rhetoric around Joe Biden. But I was still under hypnosis through Obama. Hey, NBA boy, if you fuck with me, go ahead and throw a like, cause I'm gonna like your shit regardless, my brother. If you just if you don't fuck with me, just call it out right now, cause I really don't trust this internet shit. I ain't never seen your face, you seen mine. But with that said, I'm keeping it real. At this point, dog, I'm cutting circles out my square. You feel me? I don't keep no circles in my square. A lot of folks like to saying and say they don't keep no squares in their circle. I don't keep no circles in my square. That I mean, like a lot of you people, folks. Matter of fact, I'ma just put everybody in my outer ranks tonight. I don't even care if you dislike this video. I would even suggest unsubscribing because I'm keeping it real tonight. I don't trust none of this internet shit. This shit fugazi as fuck, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't even have to tell you why. You know why. If you with them folks, you know why. So I don't trust none of this internet shit. You bitches come in, act like it don't say no light. I don't see no light. I see zero up there. But maybe they hiding it from me. Even regardless, fuck with you, little bro. If you is the person I heard, let me just make a quick statement before I get back on my point. Flight boy, if you the person I heard on that video that did that dedication video, you know what I'm saying? My brother, bro, it touched my heart. You know what I'm saying? People with autism. I ain't saying you got autism. I'm just saying folks with autism and people that have a mental construct that might not be accepted by the masses or might be social awkwardly or whatever view. Those people touch my heart because how we convey a message is going to be misinterpreted, and we going to be misinterpreted, and we going to be shunned. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak, people was fucking, they baffled. They like, why is he incorporating so much curse words? He speak Ebonics, but yet he used these big ass words. He kind of speaks Shakespearean, etc., etc. Bitch, I'm complex like that. I don't expect a bitch to understand me. But let's get back to the genesis of this conversation. The conversation is about Trump being on path to be the worst fucking president. Even though I voted for him, I'm entitled to a fuck up because I've fucked up before when I voted for Joe Biden. I knew it better than voting. Let me tell you how this pimp system work in politics in America. You would be so out of it, right? You would be like disengaged. You'd be like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm voting, and I'm getting no progress, no change. Shit stays the same. You can close your eyes, you can go in a coma for 10 years, wake up and shit gonna be the same. You're gonna swear that you still got the same president. Cause this shit, we've been hearing for years of a secret society, a shadow government, etc., etc. The Alex Joneses, I've been following them guys, and the conspiracy theories and all that shit. I've been right about things, I've been wrong about things. But the reality of it is, I always was in tune to what was going on in my government. And I got engaged in government when I was 14. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel tricked, and I'm one thing I know, I'm not disillusioned. I'm just frustrated with the fact that this shit is a shout. I'm frustrated with the fact that let's just talk. We're keeping it on this current president, where we're gonna go to other presidents to speak on why Donald Trump is on path to be the worst president. He had a chance to be the greatest president. He still has the chance, but I'm convinced at this point that he's in fear for his life. Let's just say that shooting shit was real. Let's just say that wasn't no political ploy to get votes and shit. Let's just say it was real. That's a warning shot. That's a warning shot. Okay, you done got to where we didn't expect you to get. Because, mind you, they was trying to fucking convict him of so much shit, impeach him, etc., etc. The first presidency couldn't do it. Okay, now you about to get voted back in. Okay, we need to put the fear of God in your fucking heart. We gonna graze your shit. Mind you, I got real friends in life that been through real situations. I had a homeboy that was grazed one time, busting a lick. I ain't gonna speak on certain things, but I just want to let you know the authenticity of this shit. I had a homeboy that was grazed, and that nigga he can't even grow no hair on the side of his fucking hair where he was grazed. His head where he was grazed. It's a long ass scar. He don't got none of that shit for a bitch that was grazed, but let's just say that shit was real. Okay, it was real. Now I got the fucking fear of God him. A real leader dies for their people. They die for a cause. They die for the better good. Like, I'm going to tell you 13 folks until you bitches tune out. Some real shit about Martin Luther King at the end. I'm not going to tell you about Martin Luther King, the guy. I'll tell you about him at the end. Because Martin Luther King, the greatest moments of Martin Luther King came at the end. It came when he said, you know what? I've been fucking all these bitches. They got so much shit on me in the FBI. They using me, talking about they gonna make me look like a fool in front of my people, that I've been fucking all these bitches. And so at the end of his conversations, you go back and look at this shit up. He said it really don't matter no more. It really don't. That was the fucking heart. That was the MLK we been needed. That was the MLK. See, they took out Malcolm before Martin, but Malcolm would have never had no beef with Martin if he would have heard that Martin. That Martin was like, it really don't matter no more. All this fucking blackmail shit. Fuck this shit. I'm standing on business. So when he got to the really don't matter no more, that was him quoting saying, it don't matter what you got on me. It don't matter what you can expose to the fucking public. Me getting the truth out there is more important than anything. And he died on that shit, got his whole shit knocked off. I'm picturing me with just this off of me. Like just this part of my fucking body. That's what Martin Luther King real autopsy looked like. The rest of that shit is gone. Blow it the fuck off. That was the real Martin Luther King. That was the Martin Luther King said, it don't matter no more, bitch. I'm standing on business. No. So shout out to you, Flight Boy, for saying that. Now, watch this. That wasn't an I Have a Dream speech. I'm going to educate you. He did a speech for waste management. Like, let's just call it waste management. He did a speech for garbage workers in Memphis. He died in Memphis. The crazy thing about it is, even though he stood for civil rights, he was fighting for labor unions and shit. Unions and labors. Because, like, if we had unions in America, more motherfuckers would have money. Most motherfuckers ain't never been a part of a union to make no real money. So they working on a corporate scale, where a corporate scale say, we ain't gonna give you shit but minimum wage. Think about what minimum wage is. I don't want to get too far off the point, because I go back and look at my videos and I often digress. But my point is, fucking minimum wage is a company saying, I'm gonna give you the least that the federal government allows me to pay you. I'm not gonna give you fair market. I'm not going to give you what inflation values say that I should pay you. I'm going to give you the minimum that the federal government won't fucking hit me in the head for. So Martin Luther King actually died. It's not funny at all, but as crazy as it is, he died fighting for wages when he was fighting for civil rights. But the point is, he was in Memphis fighting for the garbage workers. So he died in Memphis, and he had a speech called The Mountaintop. You should look it up. The mountaintop speech, to me, is a person that has been blackmailed by the government, because this is what they fucking do. They got all your phones, all you see, even you 6 motherfuckers tuning in. All you 4 motherfuckers tuned out. The motherfuckers that tuned out still getting tapped. Everybody phone tapped. Bitch, Eric Snow been told you niggas the capabilities they got. They made Eric Snow out of fucking goddamn Benedict Arnold when all he did was tell the American public the truth of what's going on, the capabilities of your phone, the permissions they allow these so-called smartphones. You people who ain't even wasn't even around when they had phones that didn't have the capability to tap you and listen to your microphone, turn your shit on remotely. Turn your camera on remotely, see what the fuck you got going on. Let me not digress. And I would appreciate if anybody, for now on, I'm gonna start asking people in the comments, bring me back sometimes. Sometimes you gotta bring me back. I get a little fucking off track, but I be having so much shit I wanna say. So point is, with this Trump shit, and they not showing me no lights. And I do believe you, Flight Boy. I do believe you liked my shit. But you got to understand Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Look at those names. Now, Larry Page sounds like a very American name. Sergey, I ain't never met a American that can go 6 generations back named Sergey. Ever. Those your YouTube fathers, your founding fathers who run YouTube. Not your boy Mark Zuckerberg. And then you gotta look at the Alphabet company. Sergey Brin, they own Alphabet Inc. Alphabet Inc. owns Meta. So Meta is the father company to all this shit that's collecting data. See, we done got into this data shit for the last 15, 20 years of collecting data. Who is who? This shit, dog, it's been in the New World Order. It ain't, you know what's so crazy? And I'm finna go off subject, so I need y'all to bring me back home because I'm gonna keep this shit Trump. But I gotta go WCW real quick. WCW brought in, the first time I ever heard of NWO was WCW, nigga. Like, bitch, the greatest fucking Nintendo 64 game outside of GoldenEye, because GoldenEye is the greatest 64 game. But fucking WCW versus NWO, nigga, I used to get Raven and the Flock. Bitch, I'm fighting. I'm fighting with the Flock, nigga, versus NWO. Fuck NWO. They got NWO red and NWO black and white. But I didn't know this was the real shit. They was programming us. They've been programming us through cartoons, through video, through all this. They do it to our children. They don't like for parents to be a part of their kids' life on an active day-to-day basis to know how they programming our kids and programming us into this fucking mod. Dog, you know, one thing for sure, two things for certain, dog, I do believe in God. And I'm going to get back to this Trump shit, but I just got to talk about my father real quick, dog. I was working in my yard all day, beautifying my yard, manicuring my yard. It started to thunder and lightning. And I was out there, and I'm the type of nigga, I'm scared of thunder and lightning. I'm not, like, super scared, but I'm super scared. Like, I ain't like my mama. My mama would get in the fucking closet in her house and hide. She used to do that shit. She probably done got better. But I don't play with that thunder and lightning shit. But since I done got my faith up, and I done got this, I've always had a connection with God, but since I done got a better connection with my father, dog, I was in the thunder and lightning working my ass off today. I was like, God, you know I love you. I know if you fucking scrap me, you calling me home. You calling me to be with you. You not calling me to no abysmal place where I'm in purgatory and I don't know where I'm at. Or, cause that's anybody fear of dying. You thinking, damn, I ain't gonna never get a chance to see this shit no more. I don't know what's after this. Motherfuckers question if it's a heaven and hell internally. I don't care what organization, what membership, whatever you denomination of religion, whatever you might classify as, you feel whatever. But guess what? I know there's a God. And you know, I seen a commercial in the middle of the night because sometimes I fall asleep with the TV on. I seen this goddamn devil. I don't remember the devil name, and even if I did, I wouldn't even regurgitate it. But I seen him talking about he doing sermons from Jerusalem. And I say, Jerusalem? Do you know the people of Jerusalem? Matter of fact, do you know the history of the Bible? But this devil is sitting there defecating on my father's name, and I have confidence that my father gonna abuse him. Yeah, that's Old Testament. That's when they say you steal, you lose your hand. You lie, you lose your tongue, etc., etc. I believe in Old and New Testament. I don't just believe in the New Testament. I definitely believe in Old Testament. So I don't even play with my father. So I also say that to say that it gave me the strength to know that when I worked in my yard today, that's the first time in my life it been thundering, that I was just comfortable. I was like, God, I'm in full accordance with you. If you take me now, I know it was you. And if you take me now, I don't leave on no bad journey because nobody want to leave this earth on a bad accord. You want to straighten yourself out. You want to get your affairs together. Motherfuckers want to get their wills and all that shit together. That's nice, but get your shit together with God. And if it ain't together, you're gonna fucking die awful death. And your after death is gonna be even worse because you never believed. And he gonna tell you the same thing it says. You never knew me, so I never knew you. And he gonna send you to somebody that you been knew. Now I'm about to get back to this Trump shit. You see how I was able to circle all that shit? But I wanted to make a quick point. He gonna send you to somebody you been knew, which was the devil, the person you worshiped the whole time you was on earth. So now let's bring it back to the Genesis, this Trump thing. I voted for Trump under the understanding of false pretenses, in the sense that I had not watched the Democrats use foreigners. But matter of fact, let's bring it back to even the point I was making before that. As an American and having this American pride, I bought into this "Make America Great Again." I didn't know that President Harding used that same slogan. Go look up President Harding. He's from Ohio. He used that same "Make America Great." MAGA is not no new idea. This is a regurgitated idea that was forgotten, that somebody done recreated. But it's been the idea, make America great. But the reality is America is a corporation, bought and sold. I'm going to just drop knowledge today. Fuck it. I'm going to just keep it real. Do you know years ago, and I'm going to bring it back to the Trump point, but I just got to make a big point. Biggest point I ever made on my social media. I guarantee this is the biggest point I ever made. Tell a friend, for you three motherfuckers or four people that's inclined. Whether even if you all government, I bet you never knew this shit. You never knew that states work as individuals. Same way an LLC is a person. So the way people tell people to get a business account and get the LLC, that way a corporation can be fined something versus you taking the personal hit. Same way I worked for a millionaire one time. He was stealing JP8, which is jet fuel. He was stealing it from Miami International, but he didn't have to go to prison. His company got fined because his company is a person. You got to know what a humanoid is versus a person, a character. That's when the cops say, may I search your persons versus may I search you, the human. Let's not get off subject. Point is, I seen this shit you can't find on the internet, and they been scrolled the internet of this shit. I seen companies that the state of Florida owned. It fucked me up. Matter of fact, I done said it, so I just keep going. I almost kind of regretted saying that, but fuck it. I seen companies that the state of Florida own. Oh, bitches left out. He keep it. Nigga, you know, kept it too real. Well, fuck it. We all in at this point. I said, how the fuck could a state own property internationally? At this point, I'm gonna take a 20-second just breather, and I don't even give a fuck at the last person remaining leave out because I know you bitches is looking. I just at this point I gotta get my thoughts together because this shit baffles me that I even brought it to anybody's attention because I know it's a lot to consume. Wait a minute, are you telling me that a state owns corporate, like a state can own businesses out of fucking the country? This shit is almost like, how do I put this? I don't even know if I'm smart enough to articulate what I'm trying to get out there. What I'm trying to tell you folks is that a state can work like a LLC. I guess to understand my point, you will have to know how a LLC works. I ain't got time to explain how a LLC works. But if you know how a LLC works, a state can work as an individual proprietor. So fucking it can accumulate its own money and business revenues outside of American interests and how they take in their tax money and what they invest in as a state. Matter of fact, this could actually be a good thing if we want to make it a good thing, but we got to get the general public privy to knowing that. So let's just look at Georgia. Georgia is doing bad. as a person. Let's just say it's 50 people. As Georgia is doing very awful as one of these 50 people. Maybe if Georgia made some great outside investments. Let's just say, and mind you, I'm totally against Israel taking over the Gaza Strip. But let's just say Georgia say, let's get in on this fucking genocide. I want to invest in the. I'm gonna take all these Georgia tax dollars and I'm gonna invest it in prime real estate on the Gaza Strip. And I'm gonna take that money that's off accumulated interest of what I get from my return investment and dividends and put it back into Georgians. I'm just telling you how politics could work. I'm giving up a little too much sauce. Let's get back to the Trump shit though. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole because I confuse you niggas and be like, y'all be like, he crazy. So let's just get back to the Trump shit. Me knowing all the things I know, voting for Trump, I felt that I was getting a guy that was going against the grain. I felt that I got a real outsider. I felt that the drain in the swamp, in spite of all the rhetoric, I understood politics enough to know that he has the managed to disenfranchise white people. Those are the majority votes, regardless of how you look at it. It's more poor white people than it is rich white people. I don't give a fuck. We just talking about white people to make a point. There's more poor white people disenfranchised who are doing horrible food stamps. They depend on all the government programs that they like to stigmatize the general public to think that black people taking, right? So fucking if you was the even your boy Steve Bannon said it. He said you take a stab in the Medicaid, you gonna fuck up a lot of MAGA. That's what Steve Bannon said. Your boy Olive, who wear them funny ass hats. He live off of your boy live off of Las Olas Boulevard in Broward County. Like I'm from Broward County. Like I you get to really like hit elbows